Hello. So for my Ruby project, I decided to make a clone of Jeopardy in a Ruby program. So you start this program by running main, and here we get a game board printed, which actually, as you will see, is dynamic. So when you choose a certain category and level, it will actually show up as taken. First, let me show you the directions. So you will be prompted with a welcome screen, basically just saying how Jeopardy works. So you'll be given the answer to a question, and then you get the question prompt, such as what is or what is n. Here we have this warning. Make sure to append the question mark to the end of your answer, just like normal Jeopardy. Then we get this example, and then enjoy the game. So as you can see, all the categories are here. So I'm going to start with JMU history, because that's probably the most interesting. And also, just a quick note here, there's error handling. So if you choose a category that's not in the options, it'll just keep asking you. So yeah, choose the correct one. Let's go 300, let's be high roller. So here's a little trivia of JMU. So the smell of this fills the air on JMU campus after a heavy rainstorm. So anyone who's been on main campus especially will know that this is dog food. This actually wasn't answered a lot when I was demoing this to my classmates, which surprised me because most of them are juniors or seniors, so you would think they would know that, but guess not. Anyway, so it's correct, obviously, and our total score is updated, and we have a continue prompt. So yes, as you can see, that JMU history for 300 is now taken. So let's do another one. Let's do 1980s film, 200. So the town in this 1980s movie makes dancing and rock and roll illegal. So anyone who is a Kevin Bacon fan will know. Footloose. So correct. And total score is updated. Obviously continue. Okay, let's go to animals for 300. So this animal is the only marsupial in North America. No, seriously, they're not all dead. So let's say I get this wrong, even though I know it because I made the game. Let's just say I didn't know it, or if I didn't put a question mark for whatever reason, I forget, get wrong, boost try again, and the score of the question will be deducted from my total game score. So let's continue. As you can see, these are all getting marked as taken as I'm going along. So yeah. Let's do JMU. Let's do history for 200. Okay, so now as you can see, normally this would be 7 questions, but I don't want this video to be 20 minutes long, so I just made it after 3 for the sake of this video. But normally it's when you're halfway through the questions, you will get this welcome to Double Jeopardy prompt, just like TV show Jeopardy. Anyway, so now the points are doubled. So the answer is ancient priests from this country would pluck every hair from their body. Tut tut, that's a little hint right there. Now that's a painful job. So what is Egypt? Pretty obvious there. So correct, as you can see, this would be 400 because our previous game score, if you scroll up or if you just go back in the video, it was 200, so now it's 400. So Double Jeopardy works. Okay, continue. Let's do JMU history for 100. So last name of this first JMU president, later used for naming a building on main campus where a lot of math classes are taught. As a math minor myself, I know that this is Burris. So yep, 200 instead of the normal 100 there. We're in Double Jeopardy. Okay, so now we are in Final Jeopardy for the sake of the video. This randomly selects a number 1 through 3, and there are actually 3 total Final Jeopardy prompts, so you most likely will not get the same one, so there's some replayability there. But first, we need to input the amount we're going to bet, and just like normal Jeopardy, since we have 800, let's bet 800, bet it all. So we got this Final Jeopardy category in music. So as a Metallica fan, I wanted to put this in. So the question is, this was the breakthrough 1984 album by the legendary metal band Metallica. So anyone who is a fan at all will know that is Fade to Black. That is correct, and our score is doubled, just like in normal Jeopardy. And then we get this little ASCII art. Thank you for playing Jeopardy in Ruby Edition. Okay, gives us our total score as well. So I already kind of touched on a few of these, but mainly the main categories I had were the cases that randomly selected numbers for the Final Jeopardy categories, and also 2 out of the 15 questions are actually daily doubles. Just due to chance, I couldn't show it in this video, but 2 of them are daily doubles, and they function pretty much exactly like the Final Jeopardy, where you input an amount to bet, and you get that much or you lose that much, depending on if it's correct or not. Just like normal TV show Jeopardy. The other thing is this game board uses an array, and it's actually a static variable or a global variable. So the whole state of that array is updated throughout the program. And yeah, that's basically it. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. So just one last thing I wanted to include was the 3 programming concepts that I showed. So the one thing was the global variables, as you can see with the list, that actually implements the game board. So it checks if it's equal to 1, and that means it's taken. If it's 0, i.e. how it's initialized, then it's open. The other thing is random number generators. These basically are just RNGs between 1 and 3. I use that there for the final category, as you can see here. If it's 1, it's one category, 2, another one, 3, another one, vice, I also use it here to choose the 2 double Jeopardy questions. So it chooses a random number between 1 and 5, and 1 and 3, and multiplies it by 100. That represents the level, and that represents the category. And you can see that in these questions. It's a case, which is actually my 3rd programming concept. Basically just using a switch case in Ruby and learning how to do that. But yeah, this is how it chooses. Choose a random number between 1 and 5 for the category. As you can see, this goes from 101 all the way to 305. And it chooses a number between 1 and 3 and multiplies it by 100 for the level. And if you add those together, as I do in here, then you get those double Jeopardy questions. And as you can see in the game loop, I call that twice to get those double Jeopardy questions. And I'm checking those in the questions to see if they equal the case number in that switch case. Okay, those are my 3 programming concepts. Just wanted to add that in here. Hope you enjoyed.